Hello and welcome to the next episode in the series. In the last episode, we added a hook which clears all the data from our database before executing each scenario. And we also finished our first scenario, which is now passing. What we need to do now in this episode would be to finish with the another scenario in our registration, which deals when a user with that email already exists, and then we will add a few scenarios which will make sure that the authentication in our Words login is working successfully. So let's try by working on a scenario which deals when email already exists. So let's go to our JSON feature and fill this scenario. So we'll be using a given step which prepares also for the actions. So before doing any actions, we need to make sure that we have a customer which uses the same email. So let's do given is a customer named Dale. Maybe let's do another one. So copy figure name. Let's do all with email. Let's do save email. And all password. Now we can reuse our step we used for registration. The difference is that our when step will be different. So when I should be notified what email is taken. So let's try to run this scenario. Now remove this one so we can actually just run normal Behat because we want to run both the scenarios, and we have undefined steps. So first let's start with our given step and implement it in our notification context. Let's just close this as we are getting in our way, and let's fix our step definition. No, that's okay. This has to be name, email, and password. So okay, to create the user we could use like a factory, a repository. It's just any choice, but I would like to use a factory actually, but it should be okay. Just to keep things simple and not add any more stuff, we will just use force user manager and simply create it through here. So we would actually need let's create our user and we need over here I think let's do console debug container, which should fail. Yeah, as you can see, it's ambiguous, so if you want to use shorthand, you in this case you need to add more letters. So container is still not enough, so con should be enough. And let's try user. So we want 21st. Host user manager. This is the service one, and it's doctrine user manager. So we will actually do type in here user manager. Let's it could probably use interface. Let's actually try to use interface. User manager. Let's initialize the field, and we should create this user manager, create user. This creates an empty user, set enabled, we enable it, user set. We don't have a setter for a name, so we need to add, no, we have set name, so which for some reason it's not giving me suggestions. Oh, it's actually probably because it's returning what it is returning user manager. It's returning user interface, and this one doesn't actually have what we need. And doctrine user manager. For doctrine, create user. It should return fully qualified. So okay, you know what? Let's try user manager, the one with the doctrine. Let's see if it changes anything. Set. Nope. Still not getting our. Okay, that's fine for a moment. User set name, user set email, and user set plain password, just a password. Now we need to update our user, so date user, and we pass it the user. Okay. So this user manager, date user, pass the user, and this should create and update our user. Let's try to run it in the terminal. Okay, we haven't changed our configuration. So we have user manager, which is for user manager default, I guess. That should be it. It's our Behat. Let's see. Okay, this doesn't exist, so let's do on the user manager. That is fine, but it's propel. No, thank you. And yeah, it looks like it is passing. Let's check the database. Okay, yeah, fine. We have the users, everything is actually working fine. But as you can see, we are using wrong credentials here. So it should be how it should be this email, and we leave a password as is. Actually, we can even leave a name as a different one, just to be sure. Now it should fail. And we have a next step. Okay. So for the last one, we would just simply check what it contains, some text, and actually let's just add here a simple comment, because this one could actually be moved to user context, but for right now we will leave it as is. Let's just do this one for now, but let's leave it at as is. I just want to finish with all the scenarios. We will refactor all that later. So right here we just actually would like to assert what the address is still register, and assert what it contains text like this email is taken. This is a different message, but we will change it. Let's just print last response to get our message. run this again. Okay, the page is missing the end slash, that's fine. We will add it. And let's see. This email is already used. That's a good message, so we can just reuse it. So go back. Message is fine. And yeah, let's add the slash at the end. So it's actually would be fine too. Let's try this. And it is passing, so we are kind of done with registration scenarios, and if needed we can definitely add more of them, text more things, like we could make sure the passwords are complex. Right now we are really simple, but for the moment we'll leave it. It's fine in my opinion. And let's continue with adding login scenarios. So let's start working on our authentication feature. Let's just close everything, and let's start with authentication feature. So features, bots, web, and create new file, authentication feature. And let's start writing it. So feature will be authentication, and so business file in order to get access to questions. Actor will be as a visitor, and what we'll need to do is I need to be able to log in and log out. We can work with as a database target. So let's start with scenario. First, let's do a successful login, and so let's do registering the credentials of existing customer. So first we need to make sure what way is a customer. We can actually just copy paste it from our registration feature. So we have a customer, so we will try to, when I log in with okay, email and password is how I should have an option to log out. And actually the keywords make no difference, so they are all the same, but to make it easier to understand what is happening, just change to the correct one. So we have our first step and the next step is out. So at the moment we don't want to test registration because we are working on login, so have shorter execution time. We will only do authentication features. For the time being, after all of them done, we will make sure that all of them are working fine. So we add the step definition for login. So let's fix these. This needs to be email. This one is password. And now we visit login page and let's log out this user. And we need to get the selectors for our fields. So for username, we just have username. That is perfect. So we will do email field with search session, get a element. Yes, that's correct. Set it to email and get the password field. Password will be password, that's great. Set it to password. Now we need to get the submit button. This is really nice. We have a nice ID. Not sure about the selectors. It can easily break the texts when changing layout. But let's say it will be fine. And we just press it. At the moment we don't care about remember me checkbox. We could also get it, but it's fine for us. And if we run the tests, it's failing. It's not getting our logout link. So let's see if we have a user. We have a user, so it should be fine. So let's just print to see the last response to see if what we have. So okay, it's actually moving us to our main page and to the home page, and it doesn't have a logout link. And the thing is that the first user templates extend a different layout, and this is why we have logout link, and the default home page doesn't have it. We actually won't be making changes to layout at the moment, so we're just gonna copy paste this dev login logout, and that will be fine. Layout up sources. Just give me my layout. Application app resources use. Okay, that's base. That's fine. For a moment, just copy paste this one, and it should be fine. Yep, now we have a logout link, and let's log in as that user. Username and how. Yeah, that's fine for the moment, as we are not changing the layout. Logout, and it's all good. Now we have login, and this should be not username, but it should be email. So let's do force user and with translations, and it's form username. So let's just change it in this one, form username. Okay. Form username, just email here, clear the cache, refresh, and it looks like it's not the one I wanted. And how about registration page? This also, no, it says email, that's fine. Profile, oh, okay. Security login username. Security login username. Now it's better. And I actually think I'm gonna cut this episode here, because I still want to do add a few scenarios, and this video will be just too long. So yeah, in this episode we added another registration scenario, which deals when a customer with that email already exists, and we also added a successful login attempt to our tower tests. So let's do remove with the bug step, and we will continue with adding more steps. See you in the next episode. Like and subscribe.